Okay.
A report from TheWrap claims to identify the 5 actors who are on Sony's shortlist to be the new Spider-Man in the live-action films. Their list include Asa Butterfield, Hugo, Ender's Game, Timothee Chalamet, 1 and 2, Interstellar, Tom Holland, Locke, The Impossible, Liam James, Psych, The Way, Way Back, and Natt Wolff, The Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns. Christian, do you buy or sell this list of names for a potential new Spider-Man?
Yeah, I buy it. It makes sense from with the rumors that were coming out with. I think even Kevin Feige said that they're gonna explore him in high school, and I think you'd probably go after the youngest looking kids so you can keep him going in the universe for sure too. Because even when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were cast, they played high school for a little bit. You could take one of these kids and keep them in high school for a good while. I mean, even into their 20s, you still pretend they're in high school. So do I buy that this list of these names have popped up on a desk somewhere to say, hey, these are the guys that we're thinking of? There's a list of actors, and did these guys pop up on that list? Yeah, I buy that.
I sell it.
You don't think that any of them were mentioned?
Well, no, I think here's the reason why. It seems like in the last couple of years, whenever there's a new movie coming out and there's a character, we're all wondering who's going to play that character. Inevitably, some site comes out with a list. Here's your short list for who's playing this, and it's never one of those guys. And not never. Some very, but
never
very
cast. But this is
yeah. Never. But it never ends up being one of those guys. So usually when lists like these come up, I don't pay very much attention to it because it generally never ends up being one of those guys anyway. Now let's talk theoretically. If it does end up being one of these guys, am I okay with this list? I'll be honest. I don't like how young they are. To me, it's Peter Parker's a youth. These guys look like children to me, and I mean that literally. These guys literally look like children to me, as opposed to an angst youth, an out of place youth, a nerdy youth, that kind of stuff. So none of them necessarily do it to me. That doesn't mean though that one of them couldn't be cast. Like Asa Butterfield steps in and crushes it as Spider-Man, maybe absolutely. But my first reaction is that. Anyway, your thoughts about this group of potential Spider-Men?
Yeah, if this is the group, and I have no idea how true this is or not, but if it is, then I buy, because there's some great young actors in there, particularly the last 3. Tom Holland was fantastic in The Impossible, Liam Payne in The Way, Way Back, and Natt Wolff is about to become a big star. He's in Paper Towns coming out soon, and he is a great underrated actor. So I buy, if this is the list, I buy these actors. There's also another actor, I've forgotten his name, so this is kind of a pointless story, but
Johnny Depp
on Instagram, who's been posting pictures of himself with the tag Mark Ellis.
I hear he's looking for a job.
With the tag of Spider-Man. So he was on the red carpet at the Avengers, and then his mum made him a Spider-Man cake, and then he had a picture of himself scaling a building and hashtag Spider-Man. I can't remember his name, but he's a young actor. He looks exactly like these kids. So who knows?
Yeah, but I think you're right too. It does go to the point that what Kevin Feige was saying was that we're going to look for a guy who's in high school. I still think that means you can get an 18, 19, 20-year-old actor to do it. It would be interesting if they decided, no, we want a lead actor in this that we can literally ride that horse for 15 years if we wanted to. That would be an interesting thing.
It's the longevity of it. And because not only that, the other thing that Kevin Feige said was because imagine all these kids. Imagine Ace, right? You put him next to Robert Downey Jr. That is a dynamic we have not seen. To see how they're going to deal with this kid.
Ty Simpkins a little bit, but that was a little bit too young.
Yeah, that was. But I mean, in Iron Man 3, right?
Yeah,
but that's not a kid that has superpowers and can jump on the wall and have Spider-Man's personality.
Great point.
So to see those type of that age, we haven't seen that. And I would love to see that kid standing next to the Hulk. That's interesting. That's a new dynamic, and it changes it up a bit. And what Marvel does well is change it up a bit.
These kids all have a huge teen fan base too, so they'll carry that with them.